Zombie apocalypse.
What is up, guys and gals and guys? Space Unicorn here, bringing you some hot frag action. Today, guys, what we're going to be talking about is matchmaking. Now, as you guys may have seen, Prime Nemesis did a video on this, and I wanted to give my thoughts on it as well as what I think the solution is. And just kind of cover a couple general topics with you guys, as I think this is important and it's something that Frag does need to fix. So let's get into it. So Frag added a section to the Discord where you can talk about the matchmaking issues that you're encountering. Realistically, there are 3 to 4 major issues with matchmaking that we need to address, and they do need to be fixed. They're not something we can turn a blind eye to. The first thing is this: getting matched against opponents that are 3 to 5 levels higher than you. In the past, this was not as big a deal. Reason being is that there wasn't a multiplier for leveling up your cards. Realistically now, though, for example's sake, while it can still win matches, you can, by leveling up your account and leveling up your cards, you increase your cards multiplier exponentially. It's not a set increase increment anymore. It's based on the existing stats. So what that means is the cards now get stronger, and it's not close between levels as it was before, just for example's sake. Now, with that being said, to Prime Nemesis' point, there are cards that mitigate the damage. I call these cards high ceiling cards, such as Stella's, the Zap Girls, the Volcanoes. But they are not enough to compensate for what is going on currently. So, what there needs to be is a way to mitigate the level difference, or to make it so it's playable for a person at a lower level. To be fair, if you've spent a lot of money and you leveled up your cards, you should be able to play against real opponents as well. So that kind of creates the first problem. As the first solution that people were talking about was, well, make it so you can only play people that are have the same account level to you, or 1 or 2 plus. That is not a viable solution, and I agree with Prime Nemesis on that, because it limits the player base that you have to choose from. Realistically, by limiting that, it's going to make the game boring for those people. And that's the simple truth. And for example's sake, I'm a level 13 account. I am not a spending account. I am very under-leveled for a level 13 account, but all of my cards are level 10 plus. That is why it's level 13. I have none above level 13 except for Queen Unicorn, and that's just because it's my card and I'm biased. But as I stated, that's not going to be a solution to create it to where you play people that are the same. So the other solution here that could be done would be making it so the level total on your cards together. That is also not viable for the players that have the max level cards, because most people are not going to be within the range for a match against these players. So that means that solution is not going to be viable, and not to mention, to do so would put too much on the devs. We have issues getting bugs fixed as is. No offense, devs. Now, the second thing that I saw was, why don't you make it so that whenever you face people, you have a draft style lineup? Except so this is actually an interesting idea, and we're going to dig into this a little bit more. Realistically, though, the current ladder should not be changed. The reason I'm going to say this is, number one, the current ladder is a fun, grindy ladder. It allows people to play people from across the board. It gives people the option to play anybody. And I think that needs to stay the same. However, I do agree that the matchmaking is a little bit broken and geared heavily towards big spenders and high-level accounts. Realistically, they have a case to be made for, if you spend a lot of money, you should get a little more say in the game. I will say this, though, that for every big spender, there is 50 free-to-plays that are watching ads. Whether you like it or not, the way ad revenue works is just by having the ad queued up and that timer that runs out whenever you're watching an ad, they're making revenue off it. So there's more money being made by the free-to-plays than there is by the spenders, which is crazy to think about from the perspective of free-to-play. Now, keep in mind, I have 6 accounts. Only one of them has any money in it. This other 5 are free-to-play. I can see it from both perspectives very efficiently because I'm experiencing it from both perspectives. So that really gears to now. That kind of leads into another issue that we have with matchmaking: implants and frag powers. So implants and frag powers are very broken. Now, Nemesis mentioned something about how if you put these on, it balances out the cards. Yes and no. Realistically, if you're playing somebody that's higher level than you, they're going to have those frag powers, double frag powers, and the best implants. Don't kid yourself. There is almost nobody, and I mean nobody, with a level 13 account not running frag powers and implants. I am one of the only ones that's not running implants, and I have no double frag powers. In fact, I might be the only one. Not sure on that, don't quote me. And realistically, that means that, okay, the advantage that I was trying to create is gone. That's the simple truth. So that creates another issue for us that needs to be addressed. There is no easy solution to that, guys. There's just not. Now, let's move into the second suggestion we saw, which was having matches played at level 9, and all that. This is an interesting idea because we kind of have a format for this set up already, which we're going to dive into here. And it's going to be my solution to the matchmaking problem. And remember, keep in mind, guys, this is an opinion. You are welcome to your own. Let me know what yours is in the comments below, and I will gladly discuss it with you. So, the first thing's this. The normal ladder needs to stay the same. People need to have the ability to play whoever they want, whenever they want. I agree with Nemesis on this. I do not agree that it should be a daily thing where you're playing people higher level than you often. And that is a very common thing. I experienced this on all of my accounts. I have level 13 account, under-leveled 13 account, but I play people that are level 14s and 15s, running max level cards, double frag powers, 4 implants. Very, very annoying. Now, with that being said, it doesn't really improve your skill to face a player like this. Realistically, they're going to try to walk through you, so you're not really doing a positional game of cat and mouse. You're not doing rotations. You're just trying to get rid of them, and there's nothing strategic about it. So you're not improving. I disagree with that statement hugely. There's no improvement being made facing somebody that's 3-4 levels higher than you. Now, how do we fix the issue? I think realistically you keep the normal ladder, but you add a second ladder. The second ladder, what I'm going to call, is a competitive ladder. This is a ladder where you're playing level 9 cards, no implants, no frag powers, and the ladder is based on winning the matches in that format instead of trophy count, which you can get whenever you want. I think that this would be hugely successful. Reason being, I have tournament experience. I have won tournaments. And I know for a fact that the people that play level 9 versus level 9, those matches are way more exciting than playing somebody that's higher level than you, than facing max level cards. Frag has proven in the past that this style of match is extremely exciting. And it's pounding, it's tight race, it's not a blowout usually. And that's something to be said for that, and I think you could really improve it by doing that. So let me know your thoughts in the comments down below. I say we create a second ladder, and we're going to call it a competitive ladder. Run a test on it for a month, make it an event, see what happens. Stay safe, everybody.